I discovered my fiancé had a secret family the day before our wedding. To hear something you need to see before tomorrow. The text came from an unknown number at 2 a.m., just 18 hours before I was supposed to walk down the aisle to marry James. My boyfriend of 5 years attached was a photo of James with his arm around a pretty brunette. Between them stood two small children, maybe 4 and 6 years old, with his unmistakable green eyes. He has another family in Boston. I am his wife. I just found out about you yesterday. I stared at my phone, my engagement ring suddenly feeling like it weighed 1,000 pounds. James was asleep beside me, his breathing steady, unaware that his world was collapsing. We'd met at a conference in Chicago. He told me he traveled frequently for work as a consultant, those business trips 3 days every week. Pertinently, they were his time with his other family, 200 miles away. I slipped out of bed and drove to my sister's house. By sunrise, we'd confirmed everything. His wife, Emma, had sent me their marriage certificate, photos of their life together, even spirant of texts where he complained about having to work late in Chicago again. That's what he called me, work. When James woke up to an empty bed, he called frantically. I let it go to voicemail. Then I teftic, I know about Emma and the kids. His response came instantly. I can explain, of course he could. Men like James can always explain. I met him at a coffee shop neutral ground. He arrived looking like he hadn't slept, wedding ring conspicuously absent from his left hand. I was going to end it with her after the honeymoon, he said. Like that made everything better. I never meant for this to happen. I met Emma in college, but then we grew apart. When I met you, I felt alive again. So alive you had 2 children with her while dating me? I asked. He flinched. The kids complicated things. I couldn't just leave. But you could lie for 5 years. The worst part wasn't the betrayal. It was realizing how perfectly he'd constructed his double life. 2 separate phones, a detailed calendar of which woman got which holidays. He even had a second Instagramming account where he was James B. Dad instead of James C. Chicago. Does she know you proposed to me with your grandmother's ring? I asked. His silence was my answer. I called off the wedding. 200 guests received a text. Wedding canceled. James has been living a double life with another family. Fiancé free to go to the reception. It's paid for. I won't be there. Some friends thought it was a cruel joke. It wasn't. She was keeping him, at least for now, for the children's sake. He'll be sleeping in the guest room for a very long time, she said. I returned the gifts, canceled the honeymoon to Bali, moved out of our apartment. 3 months later, I received a package. Inside was a delicate silver bracelet with a note, from one survivor to another. He didn't break us, Emma. I wear it sometimes, a reminder that the worst day of my life, the day before what should have been my wedding, was actually the day I was saved from a lifetime of lies last week. I ran into James at a restaurant. He was alone, looking older somehow. He tried to speak to me, but I just held up my wrist, the silver bracelet glinting under the lights. He understood, turned around, walked away. Sometimes the family you almost had is the bullet you didn't know you dodged.